All right, guys, 2019 F250 6.2 liter V8. Been giving me on cold starts, it's been giving me a long crank, no start, or a long crank, rough start. And lately, just turn the key over, it'll long crank, and then when I turn it over the next time, it'll go just like a starter would, you know, constant ticking. So I checked the alternator, I checked the battery, I checked the starter, and I went through all my grounds to see if I had a parasitic draw from maybe my lights, you know, up top, up here, or maybe I had a parasitic draw from my amp or something. None of that. So the more research I did, the more I realized this particular 6.2 V8 has a fuel pump problem where it doesn't prime right from the manufacturer. So I went ahead and ordered a new fuel pump from Ford. White Bear Lake online has White Bear Lake Ford, I believe, out of Minnesota. They got a better deal. That's wholesale, so get it through them, honestly. Fast shipping, they're great. HC3Z9H307AK. That's your part number. Now, Ford did not do a recall on this, even though 1,000 people were bitching about it. You go to the dealer, if it does it for them, which a lot of people are doing, this is doing it intermittently, it's not all at once, so if it does do it for them, they'll say, well, it didn't crank for 10 seconds, so therefore we won't honor it. So, you know, they're assholes, whatever. So do it yourself, figure it out yourself, don't go to the dealership. All right, so I'm gonna go through today what you need and how to do this job on the 6.2. I believe there's another video up about the 7.3, pretty much the same, but I figured I'd make another one. I'll also tag a video in this showing you kind of the symptoms of what you might be experiencing. So yeah, let's get to it. Does it? See what I mean? So that's a long crank and no start. Now, keep in mind, my battery's tested, my alternator's tested, my starter's all good. So now if I turn this key over, turn it off, turn it over, trying to prime the pump, right? Let's crank her again. Another long crank. So it's almost as if the fuel pump's not getting fuel there, it's not primed. Then boom, she starts, okay? If you're having this problem on your Ford F250, it is most likely, in my opinion, I don't know yet because I haven't replaced the fuel pump, but we'll see here. Most likely what's happening is your fuel pump's not getting primed, and it's a problem, I believe, in these F250 6.2 liters. It's a problem with those straight from the factory fuel All right, so here's what you're gonna need. You're gonna need snips, small flathead screwdriver, 5/16" wrench, and a 1/4" wrench. You're also gonna need a proper impact, not a DeWalt, not a ratchet gun, okay? But I didn't have my impact here, so that's what I'm using. Front driver side, you got a bracket. Now that's your skid plate on the bottom of your tank. It'll have 4 brackets on it. I took out these 2, and those go to that front bracket up there. 2 here. Coming over here to the other side, you're going to have 1 up there. You see it? Right up there, 1. Don't bother taking all these out like I did. Okay, coming down here, you got 2 up there. You can see them, 2. Don't take the tank strap off now. Not ready for that. Going to the other side, you got 1 up there. And then you'll have your skid plate off with all of those hanging up, just like that front one. Okay, next, come to the back. Come to the back of the tank, and bear with me, I'm 40 years old with a shitty back from doing stuff like this for years. All right, now you're gonna have this up here. This is your evap canister, and you're gonna have that. Squeeze this and pull out, okay? Originally, it'll have this on it. Now mine broke. Whoever worked on it before broke it. I actually didn't. So pull this tab out, and you can take that off. Just like that. Put it down here. This one's a pain in the ass on mine. Squeeze these and pull it out. On mine, it had dust particulate in here because I actually use my truck to work, and I live on a country road, so, you know, it'll make these harder to take off a lot because there's stuff that gets built up in there. But squeeze both sides of this, and it's a compression, it'll come off. Put it down here in between the brackets so when you drop the tank, it doesn't get hung up on that. All right. Now, you're gonna come over here and you're gonna get that 5/16 and that 1/4 wrench, okay? All you got up here is some hose clamps. That's the 5/16 on the big tank filler. The line next to it, that's a 1/4. Loosen them up, pull them back like I did on the lines. Do not try and take these bolts off your tank filler. They do not come off. All right, put a screwdriver in, just like you take a radiator tube off, take off your 2 rubber hoses. Okay, that's done. Now, looking back in there, I'm gonna reach in there and pull these out. I've already unplugged my fuel pump, but these are your 2 lines. 1, 2. They'll go to the top of that fuel pump in there, just like so. Your red line here, let me try and get an angle, will sit like this. Wait, I'm sorry, just like this. Reach a small flathead screwdriver in there and pry this tab this way towards you. Then you can get on top with your finger and you can press this tab down, pull it out. Now that sounds easy, but you're gonna have to snap your arm at the elbow just to do it. Okay, you can wear a brace later. Next, this one, no red tab, just press down, pull out. Again, you're gonna have to snap your wrist and your arm to get in there. This Ford didn't make it easy. Next, you're going to get in there and you see that little white clip, pull that line up out of there. I don't know if you need to, but do it. All right, now to the snips. The snips are for these. 2 zip ties, snip them, cut them. I haven't done it yet, but I will. All right, moving on to the front of the tank. You're gonna have 2 gas lines at the front of the tank. Your bottom one and your top one. These tabs are easy. You just peel back a little bit and pull them back. Okay, they just pull them back. All right, and then they'll release and you pull that one out. The bottom one will not leak gas. The top one's pressurized. You're going to leak gas. So get yourself a canister like I did, put it below it, and pull this tab up. And like I said, if you get like particulate in there like I got from gravel roads, it might be stuck in there a little bit. So if that's the case, don't force it. Put a little screwdriver in there and try and clean out the debris and just kind of wiggle it around until it comes out. Don't break your lines. Okay, that's it until we remove the tank. Now you got your straps. You're gonna have 4 13mm bolts on your straps. 1, over on the other side, 2, 3, 4. Get yourself a jack with a board. Put the board across the jack, unless you have a tranny jack. That'll work. Put it under the middle. Jack it up, but not real hard. Take these bolts out. Okay, make sure you leave room to get up in there with an impact and a long extension. Take your 14 mils out and you should be able to drop the tank slowly. Drop the tank slowly. Look for things that are still connected. If they are, disconnect them. You shouldn't have anything else. Once you get the tank down, I'll show you how to pull out the pump. And I will add that you should buy a gasket with your pump. Never replace a fuel pump unless you buy a gasket. It's gonna look like a green O-ring. It's gonna be big and round. Make sure you get one of those with your pump. Pointless to replace a fuel pump without it. I also got a crankshaft position sensor. Why? It was 30 bucks and I was at Ford and I said just throw it in. So next I'll drop the tank and we'll take it out and I'll show you how to replace the fuel pump in it. And then obviously reversal for installation, and it should fix the problem. We'll see. All right guys, I want to give you a heads up quick. I broke one of my fuel line clips and I called Ford. They wanted $180 for the line because they don't just sell the clip. Luckily I was able to find a little pink Dorman aftermarket one over at AutoZone, but I'm going to show you how these work so you don't have that same problem. So that back evap canister blue clip is the same way. It works the same way. You got a bottom tab separate from this top push tab. That top push tab is just to push in. The bottom, however, comes out. So you get a screwdriver under there and you're able to just pull that out. See how I've pulled that right out? And the way that works is when you pull it out like that, it pulls the flange back and it separates the, you know, it from the line, so you can get the line off. Then after you pull that out, you go up to this top tab and you press this top tab in, and then it goes over a little bit and centers it so that the line can come off. So you pull this out, press this in, boom, pop your clip off. Do that to the back blue evap canister clip, and the front gas line clips are the same way. So don't break them. Ford is a dealership and they want 180 for that, so I don't want you to make that mistake. All right, guys, looking up at the tank now. I got that board in there with that jack. I took off my straps, 4 bolts, just like I told you. They do have thread sealer on them, so I recommend that you loosen them, the tank straps, loosen them with an extension and a socket wrench, and then go in there with a ratchet wrench. Unless you have an impact, then I think the impact's fine on those. But you can break clips if you use an impact, so I'd loosen them first with a socket wrench no matter what, just so you're not messing around with broken clips. They're 13 mil again. So now I'm going to slowly lower my tank. We're going to see how this goes. So we're slowly lowering it. We're not dropping it. Okay, slowly lower it out. Don't want it to get hung up. Alright, it stopped. So I'm going to put a little back pressure on it. I'm going to get under here and check and see, you know, how I'm doing. It's coming out sideways a little bit. Okay. Everything seems good there. Let me get a better view in here. See what we can do to lower it on out. I don't want to break any lines. What are we looking at? What are we hung up on? Okay. Now, if you got a helper, somebody that can lower this jack while you're under here trying to look at it, that would be hugely beneficial. I think I'm just hung up on these straps. Okay. Yep, just hung up on them straps. So, that's another reason that you should take them straps off instead of just hang them like I did. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now, while I'm holding this, I'm gonna try and get around and loosen this jack to lower it. I don't have my jack real even. Okay, just like up here, you got that tank filler. See if we can maybe loosen this up, lower the rest of the way. There we go. Now, that tank filler's good. And just lower it out, that'll be all right. There we go. All right, guys, I think that worked. Now, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna get my jack out of here now that I'm on the ground. And lower her carefully the rest of the way. Okay. We're not hung up on anything. Tank's out. So I'm gonna back out here and grab the camera for you and show you what we're looking at. Sorry I was in the way when lowering that a little bit. Like I said, if you got 2 people, it'd make that a whole lot easier. Now, you remember when I told you to snip? I told you you should snip those right here on your tank filler. You don't have to. As long as you unplug the 2, where is that at? There we go. As long as you unplug those 2 clamps, you don't need to snip those. I watched another video where a guy unplugged it from there on the top, and therefore you needed to snip those because it got hung up. So don't snip those. All right, guys, this is our tank. I cleaned it up just a little bit with a rag and got all the dust I could and debris out of this area where the filter is. You don't want any of that falling into your gas. This is a 10 mil. Pop them off. Take this plate off, okay? And you're gonna lift this right off, set it to the side. Okay, now you're looking at this green clip, press it in, it compresses, pull it out. It's basically a little compression fitting in there, okay? See if I can get in there. You press it in, it compresses over top. Now, next, take a screwdriver or just a hammer, and don't hit on these because you might mess your threads up. Hit right here on that plate, sideways, wham, wham, okay? It's gonna, basically it's just gonna twist this whole thing the other way. I'll show you. You're right, it was here, and then you pop, pops it off, and then boom, it pops up. That's what you wanna do. Okay, now you're gonna move this to the side, get it out of the way. Your pump is in, it's kind of springy, see? You just want to make sure that you're careful because you don't want any of this debris falling in there. So we're going to go over to our new pump. We're going to orient it to where we want it. Remember where this one is. This is where this one is. So we're going to bring our new pump over, and we want to put it in the same way that this one is. All right. So that metal plate is going to go on the exact same way. If you look at this metal plate and I take it off, I lift off this metal plate just like that and I set it right here. This is going to go on just like this, orient it the same way. Now, pull it out real carefully. Okay, come on, baby. I am going to actually do this. I would do it off camera, but you're gonna want to pull this out. And now you got that float on there somewhere too. So remember that. You do got your float. All right, I'm gonna take this out. This is my gasket. Carefully remove this. It's got dust on it. You don't want that getting in there, but that's your gasket. Take it out. All right. I don't know if I got wiggled it. There we go. Take this out. That's your old pump. Set it aside. Now you see all this crap in here? You do not want anything to fall in your gas tank. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna carefully clean this out with a little wet rag, okay? Don't push towards that way. You're gonna wanna clean this out and get it out. Now you can vacuum it or you can get a rag, whatever you prefer, but just don't get anything inside your tank. That's the most important part. So, gonna go get a rag and clean it out. All right guys, what I did is I just dipped this clean rag a little bit in my gas tank, okay? What I'm gonna do is just go around. Now I'm not going towards the hole or the opening. Just kind of cleaning up around the gas tank, getting all that crap out of there. I don't want any to fall in the tank, so I'm just going to clean up the best I can around it, especially on that surface. Now if I get dirty, I'm going to flip it. I'm just going to go around this surface right here and clean that so that I'm ready to put my gasket on. Now, all right guys, now I basically put it back in with the new gasket. It's got that same spring to it. Now this says locator. This is that tab. So that tab down in there just like so. Now I'm gonna put on the new plate. We're gonna get that plate in just like it was. That plate's gonna come in here. It's going to sit just like so. We're gonna push it down. We're gonna barely slide it in, okay? Now we're ready. Ready to go to the next step, which is to beat this thing in place. All right guys, what I found was easier to do is I could get it almost all the way seated, but then I had about 1/4 of an inch left. So what I did is I put my plate back on, just like so, and I, real quick, tightened these up on there, took my hammer, and now that I could get more leverage, I came in and I I hit right here on that plate, and that really scooted it over to where it needs to be. So, all right guys, so reversal is the same as installation. Got the pump back under there. I just put the tank back on the jack and jacked it up in there. I haven't put my bottom skid plate on, but I do got the straps all in, everything back connected. So moment of truth right now. We're gonna see if she starts up. It's fixed. That's a cold start, so definitely fixed. So if you guys are having this problem on your 2017 to 19 Ford F250, I hope this video helps you out a little bit, because it was a headache for me. I don't want it to be a headache for other people. Good luck to you.